Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships in Frisco, Texas. We are outside of the Toyota Soccer Center, located in the beautiful Frisco. We are underway here in this 17U girls matchup, the semifinal match between FC Kansas City Academy and TFA Elite. TFA will be wearing blue, while FC Kansas City will be wearing their white uniforms. The winner of this goes on to play in the national championship tomorrow at 7:40 a.m. on field number 6. Starting things off very quickly for Kansas City, a chance on the inside, a missed shot though, coming off of the foot of Lily Farkas. This team played over on field 7 just a couple of days ago, so if you're tuning back in here, you might remember my name is Griffin Weinberg. I'll be here for this broadcast and also for tonight's national championship match in the 13U boys division at 7:30. As I mentioned before, if there's ever anything that I miss, a stat correction, maybe I get a name pronunciation wrong, you can go ahead and tweet at me at Griff_Berg. That's at GRIFF_BERG. FC Kansas City finished first in Group B with a record of 2-0-1. They got there by way of a 3-2 win over Rebels Elite, a 2-2 draw versus BC United, and a 5-0 win over the Mandeville Lakers. The winner of this game will play the winner of Premier Navy and Rebels Elite. Once again, tomorrow, 7:40 a.m. on field number 6. Here comes TFA now, looking up ahead, connecting with Madeline Pittman. And there's no call. Well, a little bit of a question mark for the bench over here on the TFA side. They thought they might have had a penalty. The play goes on anyway. I'll be honest, I was looking down at my roster sheet, so I wasn't able to get a good look at what happened. So I apologize for missing anything, but hopefully you were able to see it and judge it on your own merit. We're running after it. This one will be a throw-in for TFA after Sophia Wilmus was around before that one was knocked over the near touchline by Meredith George. Went past the head of FC Kansas City's Rachel Legg, but good thing Elena Wermeyer was there. Wermeyer, the keeper for Kansas City, a commit to Kansas State. In net for TFA Elite is Michaela Kowalski, who is committed to Northern Kentucky University. Kansas City with a chance to run off the back of Farkas, and this one will go the other way. On the counter, Sophia Wilmus. FC Kansas City needed a big comeback in their first 3-2 win over Rebels Elite. They conceded the first 2 goals in back-to-back fashion, the 54th and 55th minutes, before Lily Farkas netted goals in the 67th and equalized in the 82nd minute. Then it was Madeline Hamline who netted the game winner in the 89th to help put them over the top of one of the final 4 teams in this 17U girls division. Lefty move up top from Whistle. Feeding it over to Peyton Miller. Before that one is taken away, Lily Farkas now trying to counter. Looking up for Hamline. On the defensive end is Jamie Laker. Hamline, she decides to let one sort of rip before that one rolls into the hands of Kowalski. Hamline, we could be seeing a lot of her today. She has 2 goals here at these national championships, tied 3rd in her group. While her forward partner, Lily Farkas, is tied for 1st with 6 goals. Erin Healy of Rebels Elite also has 6. Rachel Legg pushed that one back towards the keeper, Warmeyer, but still running after it. It's one of the TFA players. Pittman will be seeing the ball a lot for TFA today. She's a commit to the University of Cincinnati. She had 2 goals in the group stage. And also a hot scorer before coming here, 4 goals in the Midwest Regionals and in the National League. Here's a chance on the inside, taken down. No whistle again. Looking up ahead for Hamline, she was onside. Will she get there? No. Well, TFA Elite got here by way of finishing 2nd in Group A, based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm also from Cincinnati, Ohio, just a little bit of a fun fact. Anyone listening from Loveland? I don't know, but that's where I'm from. I was able to talk to one of the coaches, I believe Jake Hiley, before this match started. Now Madeline Pittman up ahead before there's a collision between 2 of the Kansas City players. That was the keeper, Wermeyer. And also looked like one of the defenders, Chloe Grubb. Go back to TFA, finishing 2-1-0 in group play, 2nd there. They suffered a loss to Premier Navy 2-1. In their first game, Pittman netted a 23rd minute goal before Alyssa Nowitzki scored the game winner in the 90th minute. Here is Farkas now. She is fast, she is good. One move, but that one off the foot of one of the players. Hamline, a collision inside. The ball was booted out, once again going towards the net, but that one goes to the left. Michaela Kowalski in there, as well as Jamie Laker. Kowalski still down. We'll take another look. Farkas trying to run it up the way before Laker was able to put a foot on it in a 3-way collision. Had Kowalski coming up slow, but you can see she is going back to the ball. I overheard Jamie Laker just now. She said that she just needed to walk it off and that she's fine. I'm not exactly sure which leg or ankle she might have been hurting, but you can see she is definitely struggling a little bit. Laker is going to need to come out. In the meantime, here's TFA on the counter. Hoffman trying to find Wilmus. Wilmus crosses that one in to the far side. Hoffman again has the ball, boxing out her defender. And very physical early on here in this match, just over 9.5 minutes through the first half. That was fortunate for TFA's defense that Kansas City wasn't able to get to run anything because Laker is still struggling. And finally, the referee blows his whistle as Jamie Laker will be attended to. Coach will come out. We might need to get the card out here as well. She just seemed to be in pain after that three-way collision between her, Kowalski, and Hamline a few minutes ago. While she's being tended to, the teams are going to take a bit of a water break. We can go over once again exactly how these teams got here. We can get back to TFA Elite and their route to the semifinals, the knockout round. Once again, they had that 2-1 loss to Premier Navy, followed that up with a 2-0 win over FC Stars. And then a 2-1 win over Pacesetter Villa in the final day of group play. They needed to win that match to ensure that they would advance, and surely they did. They conceded a 60th minute goal, but some late heroics from Madeline Pittman and Julia Hoffman helped propel the team forward. Pittman equalized in the 85th minute of that match, while Julia Hoffman provided the game winner just 4 minutes later. Seems to be some part of the left leg, maybe around the thigh or a little bit above the knee for Laker. She was able to walk it off, but hopefully she will be all right. She didn't seem like she was in pain. Obviously, she wasn't showing it, but hard to walk for her. She'll take a seat on the bench. Her substitute was Kristen Speed. Resume things over 12.5 minutes of this first half. Hamline, she went up for it, waved her hand at it. That would have been a handball, but she missed it. She still has the ball. 3 defenders around, 1 move inside. A collision. The ball is caught between their legs. This one will be going the other way. The marker being held by Heather McGuire, doing a good job keeping Hamline away from the goal. A nice run from Tenon White. McGuire, though, she stood her ground. She fell down, got right back to it, and they went into a stalemate. Here they are on the counter. It's Pittman. Slide tackle there from Grubb. The acrobatic flippin'. The cross inside. This one goes into the hands of Wermeyer. Wermeyer trying to work fast, and that seems to be the tactics for FC Kansas City. They're really looking up ahead for Hamline as much as possible in this first portion of the first half. They want to get her going. Really just raises the excitement anytime you're watching soccer. Doesn't matter how many times you see it, it's cool every single time. That will never get old. Kansas City now trying to make a run. Another slide tackle from Peyton Miller. TFA playing very strong today. Team that made it down here to the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships by way of winning the National League White Division. FC Kansas City, on the other hand, won the National League Blue Division as well as the Midwest Regional Championships. But more importantly, in that 5-0 win over the Mandeville Lakers, Kansas City had 22 shots on goal. 5 goals coming courtesy, 2 of them from Lily Farkas, 1 from Hamline, 1 from Bree Severns, and the final one from Raina Childers. Everyone getting a piece of the pie. Taylor Reed looking up in. This will be a throw-in just a little bit ahead of the midfield line. George. Taylor Reed now up ahead. She was onside. She's in there. She'll have a shot at goal. Feeds it off, and Lily Farkas opens the scoring here in the 17th minute. Taylor Reed was wide open. A good look from her teammate. Onside, had a chance, unselfish, gives it off to Farkas. Her 7th goal here at the National Championships. That one came with ease for FC Kansas City. 7 goals for Lily Farkas. Farkas has scored in bunches, 2 goals in every single game in group play. No doubt in my mind she wants to keep that streak alive. Her 2 goals against BC United coming in the 5th minute and the game winner in the 70th minute. Ahead, Hamline onside. Rather, she was called offside, excuse me. Just offside anyway. Kowalski was able to get ahead, get the ball first. Familiar territory, though, for TFA. They have come from behind. Hamline once again takes that, and that one sails into the net. 2 quick goals for the duo, Hamline and Farkas. And you wonder how Hamline got so open. Just a defensive lapse there for TFA Elite, making way for a 2-0 lead for Kansas City. Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back defensive lapses for TFA. And as I was just mentioning that they've been in this territory before, needing to come back, now they are really going to need to use all their power. Luckily, there is still a lot of soccer to be played. About 50.5 minutes of it. Or that's not right. 70.5 minutes, excuse me. Feeding it off again, Hamline there. One defender in front, another shot. That one saved by Kowalski. A perfect start for Goran Karadzov in FC Kansas City. early at first. TFA had some good chances on their offensive half. They're going to be making a substitution, not right now, but at the next stop of play. Pittman going to the middle, and now here's Hoffman. Challenge won by Kansas City. Grubb wins that challenge and clears that one up. Hamline will not come down with this, though. Maybe she does after one touch. Here's Hamline now running up. Again with a chance. Farkas also in there. That will be a corner. The first touch was a little bit too hard for Heather McGuire. Hamline was able to steal it away, outrun one of her defenders. And now 2 substitutions will be made for TFA. It is 12 and 17, Emma Hinton alongside Megan Caudy. The outswinger, in the middle of the box. 1 foot on it, over the post. That shot courtesy of Rachel Legg with the right leg. TFA came back from a 1-goal deficit in their final match against Pacesetter Villa. They will now need to come back from 2. Right now, the other game, I just got an update from Premier Navy and Rebels Elite. That score 0-0 in the 22nd minute. Still searching for their first goal over there. That one taken away. Possession being battled for in the midfield. Taylor Reed looking up for Farkas, off her head. Hamline was there. She comes down with it again and fires one away, but that one sails over the net. Firing on all cylinders is FC Kansas City. And you keep wondering how Hamline is getting so open. Coming off the screen out of nowhere to get a left foot on there. Looking up ahead for Hamline again, but that one went a little bit too far. This offense showing out very nicely. TFA, as I mentioned not too long ago, having some very nice chances early in this match before Lily Farkas was able to put one into the back of the net to start the scoring off here in the 17th minute. 2 minutes later, Hamline was able to score. Here is a chance now for TFA. It is Hinton and George going at it. This one will stay with TFA. Pittman. "26 minutes through this first half now. Another chance. Once again, Hinton now fires with the right foot. That one goes over the post. She was hoping to put TFA on the board. A couple of back-to-back nice looks here for the team out of Cincinnati. Now FC Kansas City will empty their bench. I'll read off the numbers that are coming on. Looks like 99, 22, 25. I know 25 is Bree Severance from the other day now. Number 5, 13, 17, and number 8. Wow, that is a lot to keep up with. All right, so it looks like Childers came on. Severance, Caroline Nelson, Emma Willard, I believe, and Molly Plass. Hopefully I got all of those names right. Yeah, the other day, for the TFA listeners, we had Bree Severance on the roster sheet listed as number 6 for some reason. I got some help from the Twitter crowd to help me that she was wearing number 25. I now have that correct. And you can help me out with anything else that I may get wrong or right, or correct me on something. Tweet at me at Griff_Berg. That's at GRIFF_BERG. Childers had the ball, looking up ahead for Nelson. Kowalski comes out of the net, keeps this one short though. Taylor Dolt was another one of those players actually that just checked in for Kansas City. Farkas looking up ahead. 3 teammates running in. Caroline Nelson is around off her head. Kowalski dives down to make the save. The cross coming from Evelyn Alejandre. Excuse me, that looked like it was actually Haley Fabian who gave that cross. And the whistle will be blown here. It will stay with Kansas City. TFA really needs to find a way to activate their offense. Farkas was offside, so she does not touch it. Coming down for Plass, though, feeds it to Farkas. One defender in front, one move, another one. Running after it is Pittman before a collision between one of the Kansas City players and the keeper Wermeyer. This one stays on the offensive half, and this one fired just to the right of the net. Wermeyer colliding with one of her players that led to that shot opportunity for TFA. Almost putting that one in the net. Nelson, touch pass to Farkas. Farkas, 2 defenders around, looking for Nelson. Nelson was trying to go in while Farkas passed out. this will be a free kick here for TFA. Whistle feeds this one back to Kowalski. Off the head of Severns, pushed up the way. Ball on the inside off of Pittman's head, coming down with it before that's deflected by a Kansas City defender. That will be a corner here for TFA. A little under 13 minutes remaining here. The outswinger stays low. Pushed back out by Pittman. The cross now inside, but that one goes way behind the net. Off the foot of McGuire. TFA Elite, a team that is, I guess if I may, used to coming up short. They did win the National League White Division this year, but they finished 5th in the National League Black Division last year. And they are now back-to-back Midwest Regional semi-finalists. They've gotten so close so many times, but they believe that this is the year that a difference is made. The in-swinger, batted away by Wermeyer. This ball still in the box, being kept in there before it is cleared out. Looked like Wilmus had a chance while she was on the ground. In the meantime, Nelson feeds this one off. Nelson to Dolt. Marked by her defender, Emily Tyree. Hinton going up off of Plass. Nelson now, shot deflected off the back of a TFA defender. So the defensive third still holding their own on FC Kansas City's side. A little under 10 minutes to go in regulation, not accounting for stoppage time. So once again, the 2 goals scored here in this first half came about 2 minutes apart from each other. Lily Farkas scored from just outside the box in the 17th minute, and 2 minutes later, Madeline Hamline pretty much had nothing but country roads in front of her. She just had a one-on-none with the keeper. Was able to get one past her for a 19th minute goal to make it 2-0. For this one, goes right into Wermeyer. For Farkas, that was her 7th goal here at the National Championships. That should now be first in this 17U girls division, and Hamline now has 3 goals here. Right now, we have an update from the other game. It is Rebels Elite who has a 1-0 lead over Premier Navy in the 31st minute, I believe. So Rebels Elite up 1-0 over Premier Navy. Should those scores hold, it'll be FC Kansas City and Rebels Elite tomorrow at 7:40 a.m. on Field 6 for the National Championship. Here's Severns with 2 defenders around. Kansas City is the team that has already faced Rebels Elite in their same group. Rebels Elite finished 2nd in Group B, while FC Kansas City picked up a 3-2 win over them on day 1 of group play. Looking up ahead for Nelson, she'll have a chance to run after it, but Kowalski is there to clear that one up the way. Still many opportunities here for FC Kansas City, where some of their players are just given a lot of space. 2 substitutions will be made for TFA. Shelby Wall will come on, as well as Alyssa Suter. Emma Hinton just came off and could not read the other player's number. Moving in, looking for Farkas, was Childers before this one goes back into the possession of TFA. Leg up the far side. Windshield wipes it around to the near side. Nifty move there. Another one from Dolt. Severns to Grubb to Severns. And now here's a chance on the counter for TFA. Looking up ahead is Pittman. Pittman going inside. One teammate there, taken down in the box. No whistle. That's the 3rd time there's been a close enough play inside the box where a TFA player has gone down and the referee has decided to let play go on. And it's hard to tell if Dolt was able to get a foot on there from that view. Right now, all you can do is speculate. Now is Childers. Under 5 to go, 2-0, FC Kansas City. Again, not much going on here for TFA after a couple nice looks a few minutes ago. Looking up ahead, Shelby Wall for Pittman. Pittman taken down. That has to be a whistle, right? That one was not. I thought that was a clear shove from the back. Taken by Severance. And now a collision, and the whistle will be called on TFA. I really thought that that last run that TFA had was going to be called a whistle. I couldn't tell, was she inside the box? Well, this is the play that just occurred. And that foul was called on Flower, so that came outside the box. I really thought that was going to be a free kick. The fourth time that there's a whistle that could have gone either way in this first half for TFA. I thought that one was definitely a sure call. Farkas, nice first touch over to Plass. Plass looking in for Farkas again. Farkas there, and now it's 3-0 FC Kansas City. The second goal for Farkas. She keeps the streak alive. A beautiful first touch pass from Farkas over to Plass, who moved in and wanted Farkas the entire time. She goes near side past Kowalski for the third goal in this first half, the 8th goal for Lily Farkas here at the National Championships, and now the 4th consecutive game where Lily Farkas has multiple goals. She is on a tear. Now 90 seconds to go. This will be a free kick now for TFA. Take another look at what led to that free kick. Pittman was battling along for it, taken down by a combination of Plass and Taylor Dolt. A chance here now for Emily Tyree. We'll see how close the captain can put it. With the right foot, that one well off the side of the foot. All it was. We'll get back to things now. We are now entering stoppage time. The side official puts up 2. So 2 minutes of stoppage time here in this first half. Once again, the last time we checked up with the score from the Premier Navy and Rebels Elite match, it was 1-0 Rebels Elite in the 31st minute. Wait to see if anything changes from that. Running after it, being a challenge on the offensive side, is Flower. Wermeyer clears this one up. Childers battling for possession near the midfield, feeds that one off. This one goes in for Farkas, who already has 2 goals today. Whistle now being told to push it up before it is turned over. Pass now. Free kick coming up. Plas was a little bit slow to get up off of that ball, but now she seems to be walking it off. She stays in as we're coming down to the closing seconds of this first half. About 10 seconds to go. This ball put in the inside. Farkas was trying to get Dolt's attention because she had a clear lane. Once again, no defensive help, so Kowalski had to come out and take that one away. Stoppage time should be coming to a close, and there is the final whistle of this first half. Kansas City will take a 3-0 lead into the halftime break. Go ahead and take our about 10-minute break or so make sure to stay tuned for exciting second half action. TFA has a lot to catch up on if they want to advance. Today's games are brought to you by AE Engine Media and Marketing, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags Inc., Bubba Burger, Cliff Kid, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand Innovative Branding Solutions, Fusionetics, MLS, Nesquik, Nike, Just Do It, Positive Coaching Alliance, Better Athletes, Better People, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career, to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions. for all the age groups that kind of emulate the Maguire Cup.
Winning the Maguire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period. That's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied Maguire Cup?
Forget last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work. It's time.
We are back here at the US Youth Soccer National Championships in this 17U girls matchup in the semifinals between TFA Elite and FC Kansas City. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. Kansas City ended up taking a 3-0 lead into the half, courtesy of 2 from Lily Farkas and 1 from Madeline Hamline. TFA is going to need to pick up their offense if they want to keep going. The 3 goals from Kansas City, we could start it off with Lily Farkas, who scored in the 17th minute, and 2 minutes later, Madeline Hamline came back to put one in the back of the net. Really a couple of defensive lapses for TFA as we are underway here in this second half on Field 7 outside the Toyota Soccer Center. And then Farkas also scored in the 43rd minute, which was some nice passing between her and Molly Plass. Here's Farkas again, splitting a couple of defenders. Fires with the left foot, and that one is saved immediately by Kowalski. It only took about 25 seconds for FC Kansas City to strike again. What a nifty move there from Farkas to get through the defenders. And an encouraging shot on goal. After those 3 goals in the first half, this team is really on an offensive surge going back to their final game, a 5-0 win over the Mandeville Lakers in the final day of group play, in which they had 22 shots on goal. Farkas now has 8 goals here at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships, which leads the 17U girls division. Hamline has 3. And also going into the half, we knew that the score between Premier Navy and Rebels Elite had Rebels Elite up 1-0. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game tomorrow at 7:40 a.m. on Field 6 for all the marbles. Well, TFA Elite, they got here by way of finishing second in Group A, going 2-1-0 in those 3 games. But they got down to the national championships by winning the National League White Division, finishing with a record of 5-1-1 there. A team that is hungry to keep on going. They finished 5th in National League play last year and finished in the semifinals in the Midwest Regionals in back-to-back seasons. Farkas running up, passing inside, one teammate on the near side. That was Haley Fobian now, who is battling for possession, taken down before this one is cleared up. Chloe Grubb to Meredith George. To Hinton. Now back to George. Marked closely by her defender in Drew Mason. TFA playing aggressive here in this second half. They will be awarded a free kick. TFA Elite came back in their final day of group play to win 2-1 over Pace Setter Villa. They conceded a late goal in that matchup in the 60th minute before Pittman equalized in the 85th and Hoffman netted the game winner in the 89th. They will need to score 3 if they want to extend this game without giving up any more goals. This one stays at the top of the box. Off the head, still in there. Hinton is around for TFA, and it will be a goal kick. It was Kristen Speed at the top of the box that almost found Emma Hinton. for this ball stayed at the top of the 18. Staying in TFA's offensive half. Feeding it off to Hinton. She'll look to cross it. Rather not. 2 defenders around, still with the ball. Slides to keep it low. It'll be a throw-in now. Nice move there from Peyton Miller, but that ball is quickly taken away. Now Farkas looking to lead a run on the counterattack. Putting her defender in the washing machine, looking up ahead for Caroline Nelson. Nelson will get there. 2 defenders in front of her. Nelson goes in, fires to the left. Molly Plass was also there. She lets that one roll over the byline for a corner. Another good chance there, as we saw many times from FC Kansas City in that first half. The defense was kind of falling apart for TFA at times. The goal for Madeline Hamline in the 19th minute was virtually given to her. She had a 1-on-none against the keeper, Michaela Kowalski. Here's the in-swinger now. This one stays low. A lot of collegiate commits on this TFA team. We can roll from front to back. Madeline Pittman will be going to the University of Cincinnati along with Elizabeth Flower. Julia Hoffman committed to Miami, Ohio, along with Emily Sexton. And then to Northern Kentucky University, Sophia Wilmus, Shelby Wall, Jamie Laker, Emily Tyree, and Michaela Kowalski. Isabel Whistle is committed to IUPUI, and Heather McGuire will be attending Ohio University after her senior year. Nelson, before a whistle is blown. On the FC Kansas City side, a few college commits of their own. Sophia Stram will be attending St. Louis University. Lily Farkas going to the Big Ten, the University of Michigan. Bree Severns will be going to the University of Kansas. Emma Yackley committed to Creighton. Taylor Dolt committed to SIU Edwardsville. And Elena Wermeyer, the keeper, will be going to Kansas State. Free kick for Kansas City. That looked like Farkas that went down. It was. Another look. Getting fed from Meredith George. And a good whistle there from the referee. The foul on Emily Sexton. Taking the free kick will be Yackley. Sends that one to the left side of the box. Hits off the head of one Kansas City player. Kowalski was able to get to it before Fobian made a play on it. Yackley taken down near the center circle. TFA needs to counter. Nelson boxing out her defenders. Alejandre. Will TFA have a chance here? Pittman almost got there before that ball was given back to Wermeyer. Pittman still going after it. And now here's Grubb. TFA on the defensive. Here comes TFA now on the counter. A chance for a good run that was led by Peyton Miller. The challenge for the ball. TFA wins. In play. Continuing to fire. Here's Hamline with another shot, but that one sails far to the left, and that one goes over the byline. What a change of pace. The first real good look for Kansas City in quite some time after those 2 goals from Pittman. Pittman scored in the 56th minute and 3 minutes later in the 59th. So we are now back here at the USU Soccer National Championships. We apologize for the technical difficulties, and what you may have missed were the 2 goals from Madeline Pittman. If so, I apologize, because those were some of the most exciting 3 minutes of the week. Madeline Pittman ended up scoring in the 56th minute. We'll go ahead and take another look at the goals that happened. Running up here, Madeline Pittman's first strike. That one goes into the back of the net. She scored that in the 56th minute. Then she came back 3 minutes later on the near side, fired it over Wermeyer, and that one made it 3-2. That shot from Hamline almost went in near side as well off the post. That could have made it 4-2, but TFA got lucky there. So Madeline Pittman doing a lot of the work. 2 goals today, 4 goals total here at the Soccer National Championships. Hopefully that caught you up to speed enough. And also the match between Washington Premier and Rebels Elite, the last time we checked, Rebels Elite was up 1-0 in the 59th minute. Here is the outswinger. Farkas tries to put that one up. Hamline is around. She'll have a chance to come down with it. She does not. Pittman, physical, inside, the right foot, and that one is over the post. TFA was down 3-0 going into the half, but they kept their spirits up. They were laughing, they were smiling, and Pittman gave them a reason to cheer. She injected life into this team with her 2 goals and almost had that third. Running up is Farkas and Hamline, a dangerous duo. Hamline now. Deflected out, Tyree keeps that one in play and pushes it over the touchline. How about the defense from the captain? Another look as Farkas was able to come down off that touch, feed it over to Hamline in the middle. Thought she had a good look, but Tyree coming out of nowhere doing her job. Tyree has been relentless on the defensive side this whole match, the commit to Northern Kentucky University. Here's Severns. Grubb running after it, though, is Hoffman. Hoffman wins. Pittman was offside. She had to come back. She's onside. She's racing after it. Rather, the flag will go up. Almost another chance there for Madeline Pittman. She did her best to get back onside, but she was just ahead. FC Kansas City will be emptying the bench once again. I see Raina Childers, one of the players coming in. Caroline Chisholm, another one of them. Rachel Legg will be coming on, and she will also be joined by Taylor Reed. Molly Plass was one of the players to come off, but I cannot get a read on the three other members of FC Kansas City that are now on the bench. A corner now on the way for FC Kansas City, as Kowalski was not able to keep that one in play. While momentum has shifted toward TFA's side, Kansas City has not put down their guard. They've still come back and have had many good chances on goal here in the second half. Chisholm with the outswinger. Severns is in there for Kansas City, and that one is cleared out. Severns again at the top. Couldn't tell if she wanted to shoot that or if she was trying to connect with her teammate, Caroline Chisholm. It'll be another goal kick for Kowalski. Now 17 minutes to go in regulation, not accounting for stoppage time in this second half. The winner gets the right to play for a national championship. Flower. Looking up, here's Pittman. George is on her tail. Grubb is there as well, tried to go through the legs of Grubb. George pushes it up. Back to Flower now. Still on the offensive half for TFA. Could be in perfect position for Hamline. Hamline has no one in front of her. She fires one, and there is Kansas City again. Hamline with two, Farkas with two, and now it's a 2-goal deficit for TFA. Another look after it came off the head of one of the TFA players, was able to set it up perfectly for Madeline Hamline. Just right place at the right time was 10 in white. A substitution as Shelby Wall has now just come on for TFA. Battling for it at the midfield line. Hamline going for Farkas. Gets it there. Farkas marked closely, makes a move, tries to fire a shot. Gets the ball, goes for Hamline. There is Severns fighting along with it. Will there be a whistle? Yes, there will. Emily Sextons and Bree Severns. Pardon me, Emily Sexton. Just a little how do you do to Raina Childers. TFA has as I've mentioned, has come back from a deficit before in their final game in group play, picking up a 2-1 win over pace setter Via. They had late help from Pittman and Julia Hoffman. They scored in the 85th and 89th minutes respectively to win that match. They need 2 here. And the last time we checked, Rebels Elite was on top of Premier Navy. Here is Flower. That ball came right at her 10. I thought that might hit me in the face. Anyway, here we go. Flower now with the throw-in. TFA moving fast right into the head of Meredith George. Pushed up the way. Pittman is around, as is Grubb. Another player in there for TFA is Hoffman. Hoffman body slams one of the players to the ground. A collision in the middle. Head coach Jake Hiley not happy about that whistle. This will be a free kick now for FC Kansas City. We'll take another look at what went down between Hoffman and Leg. And there I see Hoffman, who got the arm around Leg, and I believe that is the correct whistle. My opinion, though. Here's Chisholm. Crosses this one in. Goes there, and coming out is Kowalski. Taking that one away could have been a 5th goal. Ahead. Pittman off of her head. Hoffman, far side. Feeding it for Pittman, who's marked by Leg. In and out move. The cross going in. Off the head, and that one off the top of the post. The rebound shot not there, as it is cleared by George. Wow. If that would have gone in. Here's Flower. George is the marker. Flower keeps it. Keeps it low for Pittman. Cut off by Grubb.
Hey, don't give up. Come on, Ellie. Dig deep.
Farkas got that one away from Hoffman. Hamline is ahead. She is offside, though. Now feeds it up. She was off still. The flag goes up. We'll take another look at the shot that almost just went in for TFA. Credit to Pittman, who was able to get around her defenders and put the ball inside. That one courtesy of the head from Megan Coddy. Oh, so close to making it a 1-goal game again. Whistle blown. Free kick for TFA here in the final 9.5 minutes. Hoffman might have a chance to go in. Couldn't keep up with it. So recap of what has happened so far. FC Kansas City getting 4 goals, 2 each from Lily Farkas and Madeline Hamline. Farkas started it off in the 17th minute. 2 minutes later, Hamline scored in the 19th to put FC Kansas City up 2-0. Farkas then scored once again in the 43rd minute just before half to make it 3-0 going into the break. For TFA Elite, they came out of the half, and Madeline Pittman was scorching hot. She put one in the back of the net in the 56th minute and 3 minutes later in the 59th to make it 3-2. Hamline extended the lead by one more to make it 4-2 in the 74th minute. That is how we got here. Another look at the Premier Navy and Rebels Elite game. Rebels Elite up in the 79th minute, still 1-0. That game 2 minutes behind this one. Substitution for TFA coming on is Alyssa Suter. The challenge at the far side, sticking with it is Wall. Tyree trying to keep it away from Farkas, but Farkas gains possession. I believe Hamline was offside. The winner of this will play the winner of Premier Navy and Rebels Elite tomorrow, 7:40 a.m. on Field 6.
Julia, I need you in here, underneath.
Into the feet of George, coming down with it. This one a shot, but right into Wermeyer. Wermeyer will now take her time, trying to let the clock tick down. 6 minutes and 50 seconds and ticking. Pittman doing a good job of trying to push it ahead, but no teammates were up there.
Work right, keep it up.
That was her only option. Here now, Kansas City again. Hamline had it up there. She was defended by Tyree. Hamline again now being marked by Shelby Wall. Caroline Chisholm taking a slow stroll over to the corner now. The in-swinger into the box off of Severn's head, I believe. They were hoping for another corner. This will be a goal kick. Five minutes. Chisholm pushes this one up. Things slowing down now for TFA. A few minutes ago, they almost put one in the back of the net to make it a 4-3 game, courtesy of Megan Cotty, but that header hit the top of the post. Here is Hamline now. Fires one, and that one goes to the left of the net. Hamline was hoping for the hat trick. TFA blows a sigh of relief. They're still in this. Just missing her mark. Looking up, Hamline again. Now no one in front of her besides the keeper. And take a bow, Madeline Hamline. Pick a hat, any hat. 5-2 Kansas City. Another defensive lapse, it looked like, for TFA. Another look here at the goal, and Hamline just has another easy path. That is the second time today she had to go one on none to put it in the back of the net. One of the defenders there was Heather McGuire. Couldn't get a read on the other number, but that might be the finisher for TFA. They got back within one. 2 was doable. Can they pull off 3? Coming down with it, Hoffman battling along with George. That should be a whistle. It was. Wall on the far side, nowhere to go. She was looking in for Suter. Farkas now with possession being challenged. Tyree running after it, trying to keep it away from Hamline, cleared up by Kowalski. .60 seconds to go in regulation. Not accounting for stoppage time. 3 goals from Madeline Hamline, the hat trick, and a brace for Lily Farkas. Farkas has 8 goals here in the tournament. Madeline Hamline now with 5. The last time we checked, Rebels Elite was up on Premier Navy 1-0 in the 79th minute. The winner of this plays the winner of that. Rebels Elite still up 1-0 now, looking at the score again in the 87th minute. FC Kansas City and Rebels Elite played in the first round of group play back on Tuesday. FC Kansas City won that game 3-2. All the scoring came in the second half. Hamline had another chance, feeds that one right into the hands of Michaela Kowalski though. And that 3-2 win over Rebels Elite. FC Kansas City conceded the first 2 goals in the 54th and 55th minutes before they came back. Lily Farkas also had 2 again, scored in the 67th and 82nd minutes, and Madeline Hamline netting the game winner in minute number 89. Those 2 teams right now are set up to face each other in the national championship tomorrow at 7:40 a.m. on Field 6. Not able to see how much stoppage time was awarded. As we're now just over a minute through there. got to give credit to TFA for the way that they came out of the gate in this second half. So I've said it before, they were down 3-0 going into the half. And a lot of teams at that point, down 3, they might give up on themselves, but TFA stuck with it. Madeline Pittman scored 2 goals in the 56th and 59th. Will she get another one here? No, she will not. This team gave it their all. They can leave the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships confidently saying that. Finished second in Group A in their first trip to the National Championships. But now they will sadly have to go back to Cincinnati without a title. National League White Division winners, Midwest Regional semifinalists in back-to-back years. They will be hungry to get back here again, I can guarantee that. That is the final whistle now. FC Kansas City winning 5-2. They will move on and will most likely play Rebels Elite depending on how that game finishes off. 2 goals from Lily Farkas, a hat trick from Madeline Hamline. Thank you everyone for tuning in to today's broadcast presented to you by Turbo Sports Group. We will be back with more coverage here at the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships at 7:30 p.m. on Field 7 for the 13U Boys National Championship. Griffin Weinberg signing off for a little while.